First, let's talk about the NAR settlement. In case you haven't heard, the National Association of Realtors, or NAR, recently settled a major lawsuit following the Sitzer-Burnett verdict, which ultimately awarded the plaintiffs $1.8 billion in damages, and then a bunch of copycat court cases started popping up that put the NAR and some big real estate brokerages into a pretty tight spot, which led to the NAR deciding that the best course of action was to settle, which they did for $418 million paid out over 4 years. This settlement is a game changer, addressing issues around commission structures and transparency in the industry. The lawsuit argued that current commission practices were unfair to consumers, leading to this landmark decision. Now, while the specifics of the case are a little unclear to me, and my opinion is just that, my opinion, I can speak to what I've seen in the industry and how we routinely practice both sides of a transaction. When a client signs a listing agreement, the section on compensation is crystal clear, and we make a point of explaining exactly what the fee will be and what it pays for. I've never had a client look at me and suggest that there was a conspiracy afoot, and ultimately, it's the client's decision. No one is forcing them to list with you or sign. Any client that felt like they could pay less using a different agent or selling on their own was always welcome to try that. So what exactly is changing? Traditionally, the seller's agent and the buyer's agent's commissions were bundled together, and they're paid from the seller from the proceeds of his sale. The court ruling mandates more transparency and unbundling of these commissions. Why? I don't know. But this means buyers might now have to negotiate and pay their agent's commissions directly rather than it being included in the sale price of the home they're trying to purchase. And I just can't imagine how this is going to be better for them in the long run. For buyers, this could mean a few things. On the one hand, it offers more transparency and control over the transaction. Buyers will know exactly what they're paying their agent and can negotiate accordingly. However, it also means buyers need to be more financially prepared, as they'll need to cover their agent's fees out of pocket rather than having it rolled into their mortgage. Sellers will also see some changes. While they might pay less overall in commissions, they may need to adjust their pricing strategy. With buyers taking on a more direct cost, the market could see shifts in home pricing dynamics. Sellers will need to work closely with their agents to position their homes competitively in this new market landscape. As a real estate agent, these changes mean we need to adapt our business models. Transparent commission structures require clear communication with clients and our value and services. Agents may need to adjust their marketing and client acquisition strategies, focusing more on demonstrating value and negotiating skills, which any good agent should already be doing. Looking ahead, the real estate industry will likely continue to evolve. Technology and digital tools will play an even more significant role in facilitating transparent transactions. Agents who adapt to these changes and focus on providing exceptional value to their clients should continue to do fine in the new environment. From what we've seen so far, the only changes to the industry have been in regard to the MLSs and not listing what the buyer's agent's commission percentage would be directly on the MLS. Before, it was pretty clear. If you bring a buyer, you will make this percentage. Now that's no longer listed. And to agents working with new buying clients, they've added required documents now that must be signed before an agent can even show a person a house. Originally, we had what's called a buyer-broker agreement, and now I guess it's a pre-buyer-broker agreement document that must be signed by the buyer. In summary, the NAR settlement and changes to commission payments mark a significant shift in our industry. While it brings challenges, it also offers opportunities for greater transparency and improved client relationships. Now that we got the formalities out of the way, here's my honest opinion on the matter. I believe the whole thing was a ridiculous cash grab. I've worked with hundreds of clients and never once was told that they thought that pricing was unclear or unfair. I rarely even have sellers negotiate their listing commission. People who buy and sell a lot of real estate understand the work that goes into selling a home, and personally, the work that me and my partner do to get them their asking price. And they value it without question. And working on both sides of the transaction, I understand the work that goes into purchasing a home and the value a good buying agent brings to the table, and have never had an issue with their pay either. There's a misconception that agents are overpaid contract fillers, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. Watch my video on what goes into a transaction. And in regard to allegations about steering, you think I'm going to talk my client into a house that wasn't their first choice so I can make an extra 0.25%? Give me a break. And if there's agents out there that would, they should consider selling used cars instead. This ruling on the surface looks like it's helping buyers and sellers, but I really think it's going to have an adverse effect. It seems to me that if a client who is looking to buy a house now has to consider possibly paying out of pocket for their help, that they're more likely to try and make that purchase without representation, which opens them up to a whole list of problems and will likely end up costing them more money in the long run. If you have any questions or thoughts on this topic, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more real estate insights. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.